Audi TT Mk1, an introduction to the actual car featured on my channel.
Hi all and welcome to my channel. My name is Andy and today I'm going to be introducing you to the subject of my most recent YouTube video content. That is my 2003 silver Audi TT Quattro convertible. It's the 225 brake horsepower version and I've owned the car for about 3 years. So as you can see from the content of this channel, it's all about some of the DIY jobs I've undertaken to improve the car and some of the jobs I've got planned to make it the best car I can. Before we start, here's a little bit about me and my mechanic level. I'm no mechanic. I had no tools for these jobs before I started this project. I bought myself a trusty Haynes manual which gave some great guidance. However, I also used YouTube. The problem with some of the YouTubes out there were they were aimed at real petrol heads that really understood their way around the car and the mechanics. That's not me. Some of the other videos out there weren't specific to the car and didn't really show the examples I needed. And some jobs just weren't there. So I figured, make my own videos and I can share them with you to help you do some of the jobs yourselves.
So without further ado, let's look at why this Audi. The Audi TT was a design classic from its reveal as a concept car at the 1995 Frankfurt Motor Show. I believe it came in a 180 brake and a 225 brake variant for the Quattro 4-wheel drive version, and also a hard or a soft top. I know there are other variants out there of it at the moment as well. Its sleek lines and shape have always made me think it looks a little bit like a baby Porsche 911, but I'm sure some of you will disagree. This is just my opinion. So in 2018, I was looking for a little toy car to tinker with at home, and perhaps keep in the garage to one day become a classic. I was therefore surprised to see the TT at such a bargain basement price on Auto Trader, and they did vastly vary in condition. However, mine jumped out at me. It was on par with the others that were listed for £3,000 and had pretty low miles for a 15-year-old car, only 75,000 on the clock. After a hastily organised test drive from a private seller, I made him an offer as it needed a couple of little jobs doing. He did accept this, although he thought I was some form of car dealer and I was going to punt it on for a profit. I reassured him I was not. I wanted to garage it, look after it, and hopefully one day it might be worth something and become a classic. I've noticed that they are becoming less and less common on the roads in only 3 years, and it has all the hallmarks of a future classic. The design, the look, it's roofed down, wind in your hair feel, it's just great to drive.
So I'm planning on walking around the vehicle to point out some of the jobs I've already undertaken and some of the jobs I've got planned to do.
So starting at the front of the car, let's look at the cloudy headlights to begin.
One of the first jobs I undertook was a headlight restore. I did both the near side and the off side, and what happens over the years is the glass becomes opaque and dull and doesn't show light very well. However, I didn't do a very good job, so it is a job I'm going to undertake again.
You essentially sand the cloudy glass off the light using a very fine grit sandpaper, finish it off with a cutting compound and then seal it with some sealant. Video detailing this to follow and will appear here. To tidy up the black corner grills in the front bumper, I've given them a quick coat of plastic ABS primer followed by a top coat of black satin. Makes it look much better. Moving around to the wheels, I have had these professionally restored. I never think home painted wheels look any good, so I took them to a specialist who shot blasted them and then repainted. For all four it was £300, but well worth it. They were in a terrible state. On the rear bumper there was a split in the paint that may be a crack. This is one of the jobs that needed doing when I bought it, still to do. Moving inside the car, here is the location of the fuse box behind the fascia panel at the end of the dashboard. Video link to this is shown. One of my next major jobs is fixing this issue that blights most Audi TT Mk1 dashboards, the dreaded pixelated LCD screen. This was shown on Wheeler Dealers many years ago and requires you to disassemble the dash and send the cluster away to a specialist. I will detail the removal and refitting of this once I have undertaken it and post a video to the channel. To show you my issue with the rear glass in the hood, I will need to put it up. I have been told not to leave the hood in the down position for too long or it can become brittle and crack. Mine is fine in this regard, but the bottom corners of the glass are coming unstuck from the hood. I understand it cannot simply be restuck and may need a new hood or at minimum a repair by a specialist. We shall see about that. Moving under the car, I had a real annoying rattling sound coming from the exhaust under idle or gentle revs. Turns out it was sheared bolts on the catalytic converter heat shield. I tack welded this back into place and a video on this can be found here. Due to an MOT failure, and the main reason why I started these videos was due to a split in a CV boot or gaiter on the near side drive shaft. This required a lot of tool purchase, and its removal, replacement and refitting is fully documented in the video linked here. It was a mission but highly rewarding. While staying in the vicinity of the steering, it is worth mentioning the replacement of the track rod end I undertook due to an issue when working on the CV joint. Again, a video to this, including tools and parts, can be found in the link here.
So please do check out some of the other videos I have listed on my channel. They may just help you out. And as always, if you like what you see, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment if you've got any questions, and don't forget to smash that subscribe button to get all my future content. Thanks for watching.